Hello. All right. So what we're doing today is changing from standard form to slope-intercept form. So we're literally going from ax plus by equals c into y equals mx plus b. I got some examples here. Then we'll do some more in a minute. But just take notes, follow along. It's not that hard. I'll do one at a time. So 3x minus 2y equals 18. You got to move 3x to the right side to get this into y equals format. Unlike terms, they don't combine, so this just stays a negative 2y equals negative 3x plus 18. Now be aware, I'm going to be throwing a lot of negatives at you guys because I know you guys are not paying attention for detail, so pay close attention. All right. Last but not least, the next step is to get the y all by itself so that we get it to look just like this. And when I cancel this off, this is y equals negative over negative is now a positive 3/2 x. 18 divided by negative 2 is negative 9. So this and this are in proper format. So now, write the answer next to it. This is y equals 3/2 x minus 9. That's how you do that one right there. Can you see this whole thing? That's good. All right, next one, number 2. Let's go on number 2. We got 5x minus y equals 7. First things first, got to get the mx to the right side of the equation, or the opposite side. Doesn't make a difference which side is on, just get y all by itself. This is now a negative y, so keep it as such, plus 7. I need this to be in y equals format, not negative y equals, so I must divide this invisible negative 1 out on both sides. So now this says y equals 5x minus 7. So there we go, y equals 5x minus 7. That is the correct format for slope-intercept. Now there are 2 ways you can do number 3. I'll show you both ways, and I'll tell you my preferred way because it requires a lot less work. But I will show you both methods just so you see there are multiple ways. Oops, this is minus 2y. 4x minus 2y equals 18. I'll do it the long way first, and then I'll show you guys the short way, the way that I would prefer you to do it. Well, if you're like a robot and you know to always do distributive property when a number is next to the parentheses, by all means do that. 12x minus 6y equals 18. Let's go ahead and solve it. Bring this over here, minus 12x to both sides. This is now a negative 6y equals negative 12x plus 18. Last but not least, divide that negative 6 out on both sides. Okay? And this is now y equals negative 12 over negative 6 is positive 2x. 18 divided by negative 6 is negative 3. That is one way to do it, and if this makes the most sense for you, by all means do it that way always. Here's another way to do it. I would not even do the distributive property first because all you have is multiplication going on over here. I would just divide that 3 out on both sides. So now this says 4x minus 2y equals 6. Subtract 4x from both sides. This now says negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 6. And last but not least, divide both sides by this negative 2, and I get y equals, negative over negative is positive 2x minus 3. There we go. Y equals 2x minus 3 for number 3. And my last one is number 4, just to get some repetition there for us. And in a minute, I'm going to show you guys some stuff with parallel perpendicular lines having to do with this format. Now we got negative 2y minus x equals 6. So, inverse operations, bring the x to the right side. This now says negative 2y equals x plus 6. Divide both sides by negative 2. So y equals, now this is a 1 over negative 2. This is now a negative 1/2 x minus 3. So in the proper format, this is negative 1/2 x minus 3. So that is how you change standard form into slope-intercept form. And you'll see why this is so important in just 1 second. All right, here's my second example. And last, about the tie-in to standard form and where it plays a role in these parallel and perpendicular lines we've been working with. First things first, it says rewrite the equation of a line parallel to negative 3x minus y equals 4 and has the point 4 comma negative 11. The second one we're going to do in a minute is rewrite the equation of a line perpendicular to 10x minus 6y equals negative 6 and has the point 10 comma 2. First things first, before I even start this question, I'm going to rewrite this standard form into y equals mx plus b. So let's do that first to find out what the slope is I'm working with. So this is negative 3x minus y equals 4. Y'all see that? I hope so. So let's move the mx to the right side. So add 3x to both sides. And I get negative y equals 3x plus 4. Last but not least, divide both sides by negative 1. So y equals negative 3x minus 4. So this is the line that I have to make parallel to. I got to make a parallel line that has this point. So remember, like we did today, the line that's parallel to this is going to have the exact same slope, but a different y-intercept. And because I know a point, I can go ahead and I can replace x and y with that point to solve for my b, my y-intercept. So y is negative 11. This is negative 3 times 4 plus b. Negative 11 equals negative 12 plus b. Last but not least, add 12 to both sides. 1 equals b. So the line that's parallel to this is y equals negative 3x plus 1. There's the equation. Y equals negative 3x plus 1. This is the line parallel to this line that has this point doing this stated work. Last but not least, this one says rewrite the equation of a line perpendicular to 10x minus 6y equals negative 6 and has the point 10 negative 2. Here's how you do it. Move it from standard form into slope-intercept form. First things first, always put it in a workable format. Negative 6y equals negative 10x minus 6. Divide both sides by negative 6, and you get y equals negative over negative is positive, and reduce this all at once. Negative 10, negative 6 both share a negative 2, or I'm sorry, 10 over 6 divides a 2 out on top and bottom. So this simplifies to 5/3 x plus 1. So there is the perpendicular equation that we need. And so one rule we know about perpendicular lines is these slopes are reciprocal opposites. So now I'm working with this. Y equals, flip the numerator denominator. It was positive here. Now it's negative here, x plus b. And it has these points, 10 comma 2. So here we go. 2 is y equals negative 3 over 5 times 10 plus b. Well, negative 3 times 10 is negative 30. Negative 30 divided by 5 is negative 6. 2 equals negative 6 plus b. I add 6 on both, and I get 8 equals b. So the perpendicular line, remember that's our slope, is y, this is our perpendicular symbol, is y equals negative 3/5 x. And then our y-intercept is plus 8. That is how you do this. You will see this in today's work.